Well, welcome to Matlock, Grimlock. Matlock, another place. We're near Bakewell. From the other day with the aggressive woman, we're in Matlock now, around the back of some big thing. It's raining on my poor head, but I like these things above, just connecting the two buildings. We're gonna have a look at the front, and then we're gonna go down into the town centre, hopefully see what we can do. Derbyshire County Council. During the 1800s, especially in the Victorian era, Matlock and the adjacent town called Matlock Bath became a very popular kind of health destination, a posh, well-to-do Victorian destination for ladies and gentlemen to drink some nice spring water and do all those other things that Victorians like. Let's turn the camera around. Yeah, I knew this was something. I know I didn't drive here for no reason. I think someone's saying hello. Good for them. Good taste. County Hall. Well, the rear end is ugly. Maybe the front bottom will be nicer. Just look at all these nice lichen and moss covered old stone buildings from the Victorian era. There's so much money invested in Matlock. That's someone with purple hair crosses the road. County Hall bus stop. Blue Pig Deli, Rutland Street with your nice St. George's flag, St. George's cross of, you won't guess what saint the St. George's cross is in honour of. Yeah, you guessed it, St. George. And very patriotic. And we come down the hill. Am I seeing in double vision? These two churches right next to each other. What's all that about? Anyway, look down the hill. You may have noticed we are, again, not in a dangerous, stabby city centre, but seeing what remains, what remnants there are of real, authentic Great Britain. Is there anything still great about Great Britain? And I'll tell you what's great is this guy in a very low gear, postman, cycling up the hill. I would have walked by this stage, but he's doing well. That is very steep. You don't get a sense of that, but that's a good 20 degrees. That's very steep. Very steep down the hill. I just want to show you the front of the County Hall. Welcome to County Hall. Warning, surveillance cameras in operation. What, even out here in the Derbyshire Dales? The Derbyshire Dales. It's all very nice, and just imagine the poor Victorians without motorised transport, like that postman having to really propel themselves with difficulty up the hill. Here we go. This is looking quite nice. The trees could get out of the way. Very large and very impressive. I like it a lot. Let's get a bit closer. I mean on foot, Charlie, not just zooming in. Very nice. Very interesting. They just don't build things like they used to. Now this is obviously using some of that sweet Victorian era money, where labour was cheap, stone masonry was affordable, and you could give a small town, Matlock has 10,000 people, you could give it a massive, impressive county hall like this. Surprised they've not turned it into a hotel. Maybe it used to be. I'm going to find out. I'm going to get straight on the internet, where I come from, and find out what Matlock County Hall used to be. Because I'm sure it used to be something other than a county hall. I can't see the government doing this for itself. Look at that. Gorgeous. We come round. I'm guessing countryside grand hotel for the Victorians. That's my guess. Let's find out. My intuition was correct. It was opened in 1853 as a large, luxurious hydropathic hotel for water treatments called Smedley's Hydro Hotel. And then 1853, for 102 years, it served its purpose. And then in 1955, Derbyshire City Council bought it. And it's probably not quite as nice inside. It's probably quite austere and governmenty. A bit governmenty. But since then, for the last 70 years, exactly 70 years, it's a government building. We are leaving Smedley's Hydro. And I think the man, John Smedley, if I remember correctly, he's got a castle, a kind of modern, not a medieval one, obviously, a 19th century castle he built for himself atop the hill. And the locals call it Smedley's Folly because he really struggled to get a water supply. They didn't really have, you know, water pumps and electricity the way we know them now. Well, I'm sure they had some, like, rudimentary Victorian steam-powered something. Now, I just want to give you guys the shot. Oh, no, don't go, Blackbird. Wait. I call this shot Blackbird and Mitsubishi Air Conditioning Unit by cveitch. So, walking along, and for my arboreal, my botanist viewers, does anyone else agree that this plant, I'm almost embarrassed to say, but this big bush, you walk past and you're like, I know that smell. It reeks of semen. How would you know what that smells like? Are you some sort of gay? No, but every man knows what his smells like. These are the side buildings that we walked past. Again, as I predicted, very boring and governmenty inside now. Look at that. Looks like a police interrogation room. Boring and governmenty. Although, you know, if you work for Derbyshire City Council, no, Derbyshire County Council, we're not in Derby, it's not a city. Yeah, I could think of worse offices. It's got a nice, a certain faded glory, je ne sais quoi, which doesn't make sense because je sais quoi, faded glory. Uh-oh, I'm triggered. Co-working corner. Across the road, it says Smedley Street. And again, nice architecture. Over there, party venue, shop, accommodation. And let's do a little zoom in on the pharmacy, Real Ale bar. Real ale, anyone? Real beer? Bet it used to be a pharmacy in there. What a clever guy. That's probably why they've named it the pharmacy. Now I wonder if the hotel, Smedley's Hydro, extended County Hall. I wonder if it extended to rooms in that building over there, hence the stay out of the rain Victorian lady. Little air bridge. Probably. And now none of it looks in use. It's such fantastic real estate, you know, waiting for development. But it's probably owned by the council. Who knows what they're doing. Is that blue sky? Yes! Let's go into town. Proper lazy boy shot, this one. I'm not even exiting my vehicle, but I saw another nice structure atop the hill. This is a bit further up from Smedley's Hydro, now the county hall. Why can't we build weird, nice structures like this anymore without it costing billions? Down the hill. Okay, I'm somewhere on the outskirts of Matlock, Bath, in a paid car park. Did we pay? No. And again, don't know if you can see the cliffs through the trees. And I think there's a cable car around here called the Heights of Abraham. Very biblical. And if I'm not mistaken, the River Derwent. Derwent! Water is deep, so just swim on the surface. But the police, they really are, they don't want people to It's only a river, guys. Disease, death. Wow. Wow, if you're the kind of person that's going to suffer any of these things, I don't think you're smart enough to be put off by a sign. That's just my 2 cents. My 2 pence. Well, between Matlock Bath and Matlock, there's this little lane here, which is, funnily enough, the busiest block of Matlock. And unfortunately, it's a very busy vehicle thoroughfare. But it's very nice. Some very nice buildings. And boom, the cars are gone. Thank God. Oh yeah. Not the end yet. Sorry, vegans. Oh, in fact, no sorry. No apologies. BBC Records and Tapes, Volume 13, Sound Effects, Death and Horror. Okay. Fat boys. Here's the bridge from the train station going into Matlock. Oh yeah. It's very nice. I like it a lot. Look at that. Proper Englishness. Buses from Bakewell Road. And ahead there's a tuk-tuk. A tuk-tuk on the hill. The hill, I meant on the building. There's no hill. Mazzy restaurant with tuk-tuk. Tuk-tuk-tuk. Ah, Matlock. It's pretty, but it's small. It's very petite. There's not a lot going on. Maybe that's the charm. That certainly is the charm. Not much going on. Remember Smedley's Hydro up on the hill? Now Derbyshire County Council. Looks good in the sun. Very good in the sun. Well, 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 if it ain't a nice bridge on the road to Matlock Bath. Let's try again. And on the way, there's an abandoned 1960s office building at the foot of the cliff. Very imposing and dramatic. Looks like something from a kind of B movie, a 1970s sci-fi B movie. All you need now is some Bond villains to come bursting out. But let's continue. We'll get there. It's not that long a walk. Well, further along the river, lots of things here that will kill you. A cover for a pipe. White Peak Loop. Reminds me of something from the deep south in the United States of America. You got some moonshine creators just skipping along, and over here they're building some big houses literally in a quarry. As you do. You know, if you need stone, you've already got stone. Although the digger there, I think he's struggling a bit with the foundations because, yeah, it's hard to dig into stone. But he's doing his best. Let's see how he's doing. Oh my, he's in a pit of water. Oh! He is hammering that stone harder than the IDF hammered Hamas. Oh, I gotta watch it a bit more. It's too exciting. Wait, wait. Oh! Look at that! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you hammer through hard rock. The walk continues, as does the umbrella cover. And down here in the valley, I look up and it's very cliffy and very speed camera-y on both sides. Now, where we're going, Matlock Bath, it's an offshoot of the spa and hydro Victorian leisure town of Matlock, hence Matlock Bath. And for some reason, which I'm sure I'll decipher, I'll find out for you guys and tell you, it's an extremely, very popular biker meetup. Biker gangs, crotch rocket gangs, moped gangs, anything that's got two wheels and an engine, they love meeting here. And on a weekend, you'll find overzealous traffic wardens punishing the free as a bird crew of the motorbike gangs. And they take their jobs very seriously. These traffic wardens, these parking attendant ticket meter maids. And you'll very often see, not today, because it's a terrible Tuesday in October, but on a sunny Saturday in the summer, you'll often find some good arguments. Sometimes even some physical jostling between overzealous, perhaps bullied at school, parking attendants, and big bikers in leather. We're getting there. Give me your house. It's a cottage, Charlie. What's it called? It's called The Cottage. Black and white cottages with a red door. That looks quite nice. Looks like a black stripes. Now, what was that band called? Dun, 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 dun. Seven Nation Army House. Red, white and black. Not a triple color combination. Very respected in the early to mid 20th century. If you can think of some Germanic regimes that flew that colorage. But anyway, we digress. Enjoy the cliffs. We're getting to Matlock Bath. Ah, the coloration of autumn. Or as the Americans would say, fall. And the joke goes, whenever anyone trips up and you see them trip up, you say, oh, enjoy your trip. See you next fall. Viewers, I honestly thought we were closer than 1 mile away to Matlock Bath. I don't think it's a mile. I think this stone here, even tempting me with London, is lying to me. It's not a mile. It's less than a mile. It's a Scotsman's mile, which is about 0.6 miles. I'm just making that up. Don't look it up. It's just a thing I just made up. What's funny is I've just looked it up now on Google Maps to Matlock Bath, and there's some truth in my joke. It's 0.8 miles from that sign to Matlock Bath. But of course, you round it up, don't you? Does anyone want to purchase a stone lodge? Which looks like it's made of breeze blocks, if I'm honest. The chimney does, anyway. Stone lodge is for sale. It's a former bed and breakfasts. And you can tell it's a place of broken dreams by the dream catcher in the window. Here we go. Let's, oh God, do some juttery. Let's do some juttery. Zoom in. Oh no, there you go. What kind of weird voodoo witchcraft shit is going on here in this river? Here you got some more sticks hanging down here. There's some, what I would guess, an abandoned structure across there. Now, I don't know, but there's someone in the van here. What is going on? Let's ignore them. They're probably having a sleep. Oops, sorry, guys. But I think we need the first hearty not allowed of the day. Let's strictly no admittance to unauthorized persons. We've got barbed wire all over it. They really, you know, if the zip-tied plastic one doesn't stop you, the chipboard barbed wire one certainly will. Not allowed! Look at the shitty witchcraft continues all along the river. Are these like slalom gates for like whitewater rafting, for canoeing? Is this like some sort of sport where you gotta get through the gates? That's the only thing I can imagine it is, based by the location of them. Yeah. So I'm guessing there's Abraham Heights. Look at that. What a shitty day for a cable car ride. It's not the Sugarloaf Mountain in Brazil. It's not James Bond with Jaws about to snap it with his metal teeth. It's Derbyshire Dales effort. Wonder if there's anyone in them. But how's my canoeing slalom doing? If that's even what it is. What do you think, viewers? Am I right or am I not right? I'm saying right or not right there, obviously right or wrong, but got me thinking, you know, when you're watching the verdict in a court case, and the two options for most of the world, I mean the Scottish, they've got guilty, not guilty, and not proven. Not proven. Well, we know you bloody did it, you dirty criminal, but we can't prove it. Anyway, for most of the world it's guilty or not guilty, but why don't they say guilty or innocent? Because what if someone stutters? They're like, oh yeah, we find the defendant not guilty. Not guilty. Excuse me? Not guilty. Not guilty. Surely guilty or innocent would be a better one, but I'm sure they don't do it because just because you're not guilty, it doesn't mean you're innocent. It just means that they couldn't convict you. Because as we all know, the system sucks Satan's cock very hard, like, so yeah. They're out to get me! Darling viewers, we have arrived in Matlock, Bath. It didn't even feel like 0.8 of a mile. Felt like a lot less than that. But when a man is strolling in nature, when a man is not surrounded by stabby immigrants and feral youths on cheap, nasty narcotics with zero impulse control, time flies. And to get deep for a second, perhaps the ultimate nature of reality. Perhaps the ultimate nature of reality is just passing the time. Infinite. And as many philosophers and thinkers and not so great thinkers have kind of discovered, the secret to happiness is reconciling your finite self, because you know you're going to die, you know you're going to end. Reconciling your finite self with the potentially infinite universe. Now, us crazy people, us utterly insane, deranged YouTubers, well, some of us, we have no problem with that. You know, you kind of just, you realize it's all absurdity. It's all absurd. It's absolutely absurd. What? You're an overclocked ape, aware of itself, on a spinning ball. Spinning ball where the moon in the sky is the exact same size as the sun, making perfect eclipses. Yeah, right. Yeah, sure. So, welcome to Matlock, Bath. Why look at the map? You are here. Literally. And remember, guys, the map is not the territory. Science will never tell you, will never explain what the hell it's trying to explain, but it'll give you a good map. It'll stop those airliners falling out of the sky. It'll allow you to, you know, predict the movement of this and that. Oh, there's another chakra lounge like Bakewell, where I got a good coffee. So let's pause for a second because it's pissing down with rain. Just for a minute. Okay, so we're sat in a cubbyhole celebrating the fallen and the fighters of the Great War, obviously the First World War. And it's began, as I said, to piss down with rain, even though the forecast said it's not due for another hour. Can you trust the BBC to keep you dry? Can you trust the BBC to keep you alive or informed? Make-A-Wish, Rotary Club of Matlock. They're like a Temu.com bunch of Freemasons. Only joking, Rotary guys. But what the hell is going on with your water here? That's been dyed. I don't think that's natural algae. I don't think so. I'm a clever guy. That's not natural. It's not natural. So I got sick of waiting for the rain. I'm just going to YouTube in the rain. I'm just going to do it in the rain. because this is the lament of the British YouTuber, that your creativity is scuppered by the sky gods pissing on you. Hello, mate. How are you? Thank you. Are you Chakra Lounge? Are you the other one? I'll come in for a coffee. Yeah, I'll come now. I'll come now. We're once again the Chakra Lounge. Big thanks to Carl saying hello. Charlie. Let's see how their coffee compares. The lady, very very friendly lady's made the latte. Let's see how it compares to the Bakewell Chakra Lounge. Yeah, a little bit better actually. Yeah. Thank you. To all the people in the Chakra Lounge, to Joe, who came out of her car with her husband to say hello, to all the people driving past beeping and giving thumbs up, God bless you all and thank you. And I humbly say thank you again, that everything I'm able to do is not thanks to me, it's thanks to God who gave me this insanity. So thank you, God. All glory be to him. That's where we've come from. The George Centre Holiday Apartments, a lot of Union Jacks. It's another very, very British, again, Victorian resort. Victorian leisure town. And there's still the odd tourists today. Still got a few things going on. This is the old bank. I can tell because it says old bank on it. And I am a perceptive, intelligent man. And it's a bar. There's me. There's the Chakra Lounge coffee. And next to it, it's called the Bank Note, because it's in the same building. Now, for the very, very few of you, and you know, I'd say maybe 1% of the comments complaining about my videos becoming boring. Well, I think maybe you need to change your viewing habits a little bit. You know, like if you're watching my videos closely, looking for intense kicking and elbowing action, you might not get it here in Matlock Bath. But if you put this video on in the background as a kind of pleasant reminder of the best of British, of niceness, of good old Dumbo, go on Dumbo, then you know, you might appreciate it a bit more. You can read a book to it, you can have a look at it every once in a while, but the vast majority of you, thank you for your beautiful comments, because it can't all be risking death with stabby stabs. And let's be honest, Kurt Kaz and Tyler Oliveira, they do it better. They do. They're fantastic YouTubers. And it's a young man's game. Now, that's not to say young people don't watch my channel. They certainly do. But I think my average age of viewer is around 50 years old. 50! Proper men. Men with experience. A bit of gas in the tank and money in the bank. As we pass the monkey puzzle tree. Very prehistoric looking. I'm sure herbivore dinosaurs would have chewed on these bad boys back in the day. Going a few days ago, Charlie. Not just back in the day, back in the eon. Jubilee Bridge from 1887. Proper Victorian bridge, that one. Now, some people say that the British peaked in the latter half of the Victorian era, when we were conquering the whole world and exporting democracy and British values. And let's not forget the British banning slavery and imposing forcefully the banning of slavery. And then we get blamed for all sorts of bad racist shit, which is ridiculous. The British, through our Christian liberal, like classically liberal, not modern liberal, classically liberal values, we are perhaps, we still are, if we regain our bollocks, if we regain our souls, we are perhaps the finest people on God's earth. And I mean that. You should have seen my excitement when I was a young man, very young man, a kid in Brazil, going to a school called the British School. Hello, mate. All good. How are you? Hey. Big respect for the working man. The working man's the real hero, providing for his family through honest graft. But you should have seen my excitement as a young half British, half Brazilian, or fully British, fully Brazilian, if that's how you want to see it. Looking at moving back to Great Britain, having attended the British school in Rio. I love that name, the British school. I'm just dreaming of the promise that this country could give me, and it's given me everything. 4 beautiful children, an incredible education, a good landing strip to explore the world and explore inner beauty and philosophy. I did philosophy at Edinburgh University. Fantastic. Hi, mate. We're good. Yeah. Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. All good, mate. I'll forgive him. He said, "You're the TikToker." But he had a very pleasant smile. YouTube, my friend. Oh my God, everything's so beautiful. Everything is so beautiful. I don't want to die. Ever. But I have to. As do you. But I could die happy. After the success of 4 beautiful, healthy children. I really could. And I love this country. I love this country so much, you have no idea. Look at that. Look at the water trickling down there. That restaurant there is called Charles Restaurant. Charles Fish and Pies. Great name. Great name, guys. And there was a house atop a hill that took my fancy. I can't read it. Something, the hilltop scrap or something. Let's zoom in. Yep, not wearing my reading glasses, still can't read it. But imagine you have to pop down for a pint of milk. Woo! As we approach the end of this particular section of Matlock Bath, I've got a treat for you guys. I've got a funny one, something that you probably wouldn't expect. Out here in the rolling hills and valleys of Derbyshire Dales, I present to you the world famous Matlock Bath koi pond. And check out this rock feature in the middle. The mossy glory of it. And it's so clean. I'm going to change lenses. Just give me a sec. Just imagine being a Victorian sir. Victorian sir with his lady. A gentleman with his lady and his family. All dressed out in nice Victorian clothing. Coming here and saying, "Oh, darling, look at the fishies. Oh, it's so reminiscent of my time in the pagodas of Japan. Oh, when I was summering in Kyoto with the Yokohama family, those blue-blooded Japanese. Wonderful times." And just get some of this autumn coloration. Again, this is England. With a little bit of Japanese flavouring, a bit of Japanese peppering. But if it weren't for the HGVs, heavy goods vehicles, and the traffic, I could be back in 1880. Now, I want to see this big cream boy. This is a big tubby cream boy. Come here, cream tubby big boy. Look at this. Look at this. I bet I could feed them by hand. Now, I don't think they need to be fed. Look at the size of these porkers. Look at these fat boys. Don't drop your phone in there, Charlie. Wow. And it's not just the big ones. I got to get my umbrella out again. It's raining. I got to get my umbrella out. But there are some titchy little kois. Little boys, little koi boys in there somewhere. So I don't think they're breeding. I don't know. I don't know how it works with these fish. But someone's restocking this pond. And my God, the traffic. Would you agree? They look very well looked after. Right, on to our next thing. Well, smoking a chip. That's us from Matlock and Matlock Bath. This is Charlie Veitch. I'll see you as always on the next one.